Hello, my name is Quentin Wilbanks, and I am a prospective PhD student at Liberty University. I have a master's degree that I received from Grand Canyon University in history and education. The research that I worked on this class period involved two forms of well-sourced scholarship, first being Republican Motherhood from the Revolutionary War period, and then the women of the American West, the pioneer women of the American West. The research question that was asked was, how did the principles of Republican motherhood and the challenging conditions of frontier life combine to shape a unique American woman's identity among female pioneers, and in what ways did this new identity influence the progressive policies regarding women's rights in the Western territories and states, the Western United States? The research question is historically significant, first because it offers a better understanding of how the American female identity evolved, and I guess first and foremost to establish that American women have a unique identity amongst women of the world. I think that almost goes without saying. There's even pop culture songs in that regard. I think one is actually entitled American Woman. By examining this interplay between Republican motherhood and the frontier experience, we gain insights into how women's roles and self-perceptions were reshaped, following the Victorian era separate spheres, ideologies that dominated European women that traveled here to the United States in the early colonial days, how that changed over time. Understanding this dynamic enriches our comprehension of the broader American identity and the challenges and traditional narratives that often overlooked women's contributions. It highlights the significance of women in developing American society and creating social and legal reforms, underscore the importance of women's roles in history, and provide a foundation for exploring how gender and regional experiences intersected to shape societal changes. I believe the research that I did was almost all qualitative research that involved a lot of primary sourced journals, letters, diaries, and then I did some significant secondary source research for the sake of historiography and evidence towards the ideas of the paper that this was an identity forged through a combination of the ideals of Republican motherhood and the Turinian version of the American identity forged in the crucible of the frontier wilderness. So the combination of the sources really pulled through the conclusion. In the end, I came up with an affirmative. It was, in fact, sourced out in evidence that this was highly likely that the American female identity was forged as a combination of both the ideals of Republican motherhood and how it emphasized education and civic virtue, and then combine that with the journey out west and the needs and necessities of frontier life, pushed female needs to the forefront. Their rights were extended to them as much as out of necessity as respect for the job they did out west to build a future for a nation. The further study could definitely be in how Hollywood portrayed women in the West versus the reality. I think that would be a very interesting form of scholarship to continue on this same line of research. Thank you for your time, and this has been a pleasure. This class has been terrific, and I look forward to continuing this research in my dissertation in the future. Thank you.